How are you? Just popping up today just to share with you what happened in the Bayside Community Kitchen today. It's been a little bit since I've been doing some live stuff and just trying to work out what exactly is it that makes a difference. And today, driving to the Bayside Community Kitchen and I'm literally considering, why am I doing this? Why am I turning up every week just to sit there and perhaps have a conversation with somebody, no idea who's going to come in the door, and just be available for my community, right? And if you know where the Bayside Community Kitchen is, it's opposite the train station, in between the compound clinic, methadone clinic, Sharps, and it's a place where a lot of people hang out that most people in society don't understand because they don't live their way of life. There's a lot of people sleeping rough and numbing themselves, and it's quite heavy. One of the things that's been a big push down there is to get rid of the Bayside Community Kitchen by some businesses because they believe that it's disrupting their businesses. And for me, I take that on board and I ask the question: is it upsetting the businesses? How is it affecting our community? And then I go back through time and all my time in and around Frankston, and I go, how long has this been in Frankston? How long has this been like this? And it goes back as far as I can remember that part of Frankston has always been the same. So how do we deal with it? And I think that's a really big question, because everybody out there is human, and one way or another, people, when they're dealing with significant problems, they numb their pain. And in my time in sitting in this kitchen, I've seen a lot, I've felt a lot, and I've been gifted a lot. And it's something for me that really, I'm really privileged to be a part of. I'm really privileged to sit there and to listen and hold space for people. And for me to sit there and question whether or not I want to continue that, just mainly because of funding, is it's a big thing, right? What do I got to do? And then today, when I get there, I had a conversation with a beautiful human that, what is it the kitchen does? What are we doing in there? What's it all about? Because, it's creating some angst in our community, and I'm like, I can appreciate that. But I'm going to tell you what it does based upon just my experiences in 4 hours. 4 hours I sat inside this kitchen where, talking to the community, and my very first conversation was with someone who's stopped using. They're finding their way in life, and it took them a long time to be able to do that. And I'm sitting there next to a guy who's out of sorts, and she goes, "I just want to thank you for what you're doing." I said, "Well, what do you mean?" She goes, "We all know that you're here now. We all know that we can come and sit with you and have a conversation, and you make us feel human." And I just talk about ripping the heart out of me and putting it out there. I said, "Thank you so much," because I actually needed to hear that today. So, because I'm unsure, which way I'm going to go. And it was beautiful. So we started there, and I had a conversation with her for quite some time. Another guy comes in. "Scotty, how are you, mate?" I said, "Yeah, cool. You're so wrapped you're here today. I haven't been able to see you the last couple of weeks. My books, I've filled them out and I've lost them, and I don't know what to do." And I said, "Fantastic. Here's another couple of books. Take them home and rewrite it." He goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "I've already written it." I said, "I know, but when you write it out again, write your story out again, there's something going to happen. You're going to get some more magic out of it because you'll remember it a bit better this time." And we had this conversation, and it was outstanding. And I go, I'm sitting there talking to a guy who's, a little bit tough at the minute. We're just having a conversation about life, and guy comes in and he brings out his folder. And this guy doesn't speak very much English, and he comes to the kitchen because it's for everybody. And he opens up his folder, and inside his folder, which I'll put in the comments in here on my personal Facebook, is a photo of me with the socks in the kitchen. But then Friend, the end. Tear. Then I go outside, as I do, just to see who's around. And there's a guy that, believe it or not, I actually knew 40 years ago when I was a little kid, and this guy's blind. His name was Darren, and he was a real idol to me as a kid. He was a 400-meter runner, blind, and he won a silver medal at the Barcelona Olympics. What an outstanding thing to have done. I saw him probably about 3 or 4 weeks, and I've gone up to him and said, Darren. He goes, yes. So my name's Scott Carson. I don't know if you remember me or not, but I remember you. He goes, oh, I'll have to check in on the name. Anyway, I know his sister's name. And I said, this is your sister? He goes, yeah. I said, yeah. And clearly he can't see me to identify me, so he's listening to the tone of my voice. And, 40 years have passed. It's a fair bit of difference in my voice. And we got talking today, and he was out the front again. And I'm like, Darren, thank you so much for being my idol when I was a kid. He goes, really? I said, yeah. And he started talking about his journey and how his name's Darren Collins. Have a look up on Wikipedia. He did have his 400-meter event on YouTube, but it's been taken down out of the history. And we just got talking about that and how much he inspired me as a kid. And I just really wanted to thank him for that. And I asked him, he gets around with his cane and, knocks things around. That's what he's done all his life, and he knows how to use it. Gets around on his own and confidently. And I asked him, I said, what's one thing that you'd like to see in humanity? You've had a vastly different experience to me. What is it? He goes, I wish people were nicer. What do you mean? He goes, I've had a horrible life. People spat at me, yelled at me, thrown money at me. I can't see them. I can't. Every day I live with that. I'm like, wow. He goes, yeah, because sometimes I wonder why I'm here. Why am I here? Darren's, nearly 60. Why does that happen? So I stood there with him for a little while and just embraced that. And I said to him, I'm really sorry that you've experienced that. I'm really sorry that that's been the way life has been for you. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? I had all the accolades and, I did one silver at Barcelona, and this is how I live. He goes, I just don't understand the point. I said, I can appreciate that. I really can. I thanked him for spending some time with me today, just reminiscing and going through it. More importantly, I thanked him for doing his best, and just turning up every single day, having a crack at life. Just imagine that for a moment. Shut your eyes for a minute and try and get your way around. Just for a minute. Think about what it's like to do that for a lifetime. He's done an exceptional job. I'm so proud of him. Finish that conversation. I have another conversation with a guy who's, done it pretty tough. He's been a pretty hard nut for a long time. And it's a possibility that he may just get a job. He wants to work. He wants to do better. He's done time. He's had all these things happen for him. Yes, I said for him. So that he can learn different. And he's trying. He's trying. I'm just hoping someone gives him a chance to have a crack. Go back into the kitchen and sitting there having a chat with two guys, and one guy's there and he struggles a little bit to get around. He's got this massive walking stick and he's made it out of Gumtree, and he's made it himself. He's burnt into it all the different shapes, and it's just outstanding. What a gift. Sat there and talked about how many he's made and why he makes them. It's just beautiful. What an amazing story. But he needs it to get around. Having a conversation with the staff, seeing what's going on at the moment, seeing who's who and there's who, and like I shouldn't say that, but it's just outstanding how much love and support they give to people. There's one guy there that I had a great conversation with today, and I very rarely get to have a conversation with him, mainly because he's so taken away from life because of the situations that he's been in and put through. To top the day off, got a hug from somebody. Right as I'm finishing the day, somebody came in that I've been looking to connect with for 10 months. And this person came in and gave me a hug, pulled me aside, and wanted to have a chat. I saw the best version of him today. It was a good version. This guy does have a heart, and he does feel. If you met him, you wouldn't believe it. Got to try and find a way to stay there because it does make a difference. I've got to try to find a way to be around a little bit more often so that they can come and talk when they need to talk. I'm really proud of people who have been through so much stuff in life that they take one step forward to just try and do better. One step forward, try and have a crack. I'm not sure who watches this. I'm not sure if it's even added value to you, but I wanted to share with you just a small portion of my day that I started off questioning, why am I doing this? And then the community told me why. Anyway, have an amazing day. If you ever want to come and find out what it's like, if you want to come and find out what it's like to be human, you want to come and find out more about what our community is about, come and sit with me on a Friday. Come and sit with me at the Bayside Community Kitchen and just sit with me and let's talk to the community. We're all important. Anyway, have a great day. Now, where's that button?